Think one glass of wine is harmless? If you're in ketosis, that drink could wreck your fat burning, short circuit your brain, and leave you hungover from a single sip. Let me show you why alcohol becomes a metabolic sledgehammer on keto and what to do instead. Hi, everyone. I'm Marc Bates. I'm a metabolic health coach, and this is part of my question and answer series. Why alcohol hits you harder on keto and what it's doing to your brain. Okay, let's get to the question that prompted this. Most mainstream health advice suggests moderate alcohol consumption offers cardiovascular benefits regardless of dietary approach. Yet you're working with people following ketogenic and carnivore diets who seem to experience alcohol completely differently. What fundamental metabolic shift occurs when someone in ketosis consumes alcohol that changes everything about how their body processes it? Well, yeah, that's actually a very good question because most people don't recognize this. When someone in a state of ketosis consumes alcohol, the body's entire metabolic handling of that alcohol changes, fundamentally and significantly, compared to someone on a high carb or mixed diet. This difference hinges on a profound metabolic shift, the prioritization of alcohol metabolism over ketone and fat metabolism, combined with heightened alcohol sensitivity and altered energy utilization in the brain. Here's what changes under the hood. 1. Alcohol becomes the primary fuel halting ketosis. Alcohol is metabolized preferentially over all other macronutrients, including fat. When alcohol enters the liver, it is rapidly converted to acetylhalide by alcohol dehydrogenase, then to acetate by aldehyde dehydrogenase. In a person in ketosis, this acetate becomes a significant energy substrate and temporarily suppresses ketone production. This means that ketogenesis is halted, fat burning slows, and blood ketone levels drop, often sharply. In short, alcohol kicks you out of ketosis, even if only temporarily. Okay, lower blood sugar plus no glycogen buffer equals increased alcohol sensitivity. In ketosis, glycogen stores are depleted. Without glycogen and glucose to buffer the effects of alcohol, the liver cannot stabilize blood sugar easily. This can lead to rapid intoxication, hypoglycemia, like symptoms. Hypoglycemia is low blood sugar, right? That's cravings, brain fog, stuff like that. Slurred speech, yeah, sounds like you're being a little drunk. Dizziness, impaired coordination at relatively low doses. Yeah, this is hitting it, right? One rat study found that blood alcohol levels in animals on a ketogenic diet were 5 times higher than those on a standard diet, despite consuming the same amount of alcohol, right? This mirrors real world experiences. People in ketosis often feel drunker faster, a direct result of both metabolic prioritization and a lack of carbohydrate-based alcohol buffering. Brain fuel shift from glucose to ketones to acetate. One of the most interesting biochemical findings. When alcohol is consumed, the brain begins using acetate from alcohol metabolism in place of both glucose and ketones. In heavy drinkers, this creates a dependency pattern. The brain gets conditioned to function on acetate. Okay? And so for alcoholics, this is really a concern. Okay? But hopefully, if no one here on ketosis is an alcoholic, hopefully you're a recovering alcoholic at worst, right? During sobriety, their brains may feel energy starved, leading to cravings or relapses. It's one of the reasons why someone who is an alcoholic and trying to break that symptom, they're dealing with a withdrawal symptom here. And they need to have a few days to get their body building ketones, for example, to start giving energy to their brain again. That's really important. In ketosis, the brain has already adapted to using ketones. When alcohol is introduced, ketone metabolism is suppressed, and the brain is suddenly reliant on acetate. This abrupt fuel switch can induce cognitive changes. Some feel foggy, euphoric, or sedated more intensely than usual. All right. Mitochondrial dysfunction and ROS spike. Now, this is for me a big one. Alcohol impairs mitochondrial function, producing more reactive oxygen species. That's where you get your constant state of inflammation from eating like carbohydrates, is they produce a lot of ROSs, reducing ATP output and damaging mitochondrial membranes. People in ketosis often have more active mitochondria due to the fat adapted state. Alcohol disrupts this finely tuned energy system, potentially worsening fatigue, brain fog, or even triggering anxiety the next day due to increased oxidative stress and neurotransmitter imbalance. It's not good, no matter what. Okay? Therapeutic insight. Alcohol cravings decrease in ketosis. Right? This is very important, especially if you know someone who's really an alcoholic. There is a way to help them. Ironically, despite all of this, ketogenic diets may reduce alcohol cravings. Studies have shown that patients in ketosis during detox needed fewer medications and experienced fewer withdrawal symptoms, likely due to increased brain GABA activity and better stabilization of neurotransmitters like glutamate. Okay? So while alcohol hits harder in ketosis, the desire for it often fades. And this one's important enough that the direct source for this came from Georgia Eads' Change Your Diet, Change Your Life book. Okay? This is a big one. And so keep that in mind. Practical takeaways. If you're metabolically adapted to a ketogenic or carnivore diet, you will get drunk faster, possibly feel worse the next day. Alcohol temporarily halts ketone production and disrupts fat burning. Your brain shifts fuel again from ketones to acetate, causing erratic energy and mood swings. Alcohol may feel more toxic due to impaired mitochondrial function and reduced antioxidant defenses. Remember, alcohol is a toxin. So if you take even a little bit of it, and you completely got your body used to being in ketosis, it's going to affect you more, okay? Because you're not used to being sick. For those recovering from metabolic dysfunction, moderate alcohol isn't neutral. It's metabolically disruptive. Bottom line for you, everyone. In ketosis, alcohol is no longer just a social indulgence. It's a metabolic sledgehammer. What looks moderate on the surface can completely shift the internal chemistry in ways that feel unpredictable, especially for those using ketogenic and carnivore diets for therapeutic reasons. Okay, bottom line, avoid alcohol if at all possible. Okay, thanks for watching. If you have any comments or questions, put them in the appropriate section. And this is a community. I get ideas for the videos coming up from you. Please let me know what you're looking for, and we'll try to provide it to help you, because once again, we're working together. And if you haven't done so, please like, subscribe, share this video with a friend, and it helps the channel a great deal. Thank you so much.